it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken, I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to FFC. I'm your host, Coach, and we have a wonderful show for you today. We're basically going to do a nice draft recap where you get to get Coach's point of view on the players that got drafted in the first round, a little bit of my reaction on what I think about all 32 picks in the first round. If I think the team made a right choice, not particularly always the player, but even the position itself, or even if they didn't, whether they made moves in the first round to move up, down, any type of that, any of those situations. So, and then we'll go over the teams as a whole on their whole draft grade on what they did by position after the first round. So we have a pretty decent show today for you guys. It's still a little slow right now. Again, we got a lot of things that still have to come out. We still have the schedule release that's coming here this month in May. So, I'll be doing a lot of research and a lot of homework on that to get you guys those predictions. Because, of course, we are bringing back Coach's predictions for the season. And we're doing our weekly predictions each and every week. So we got a lot of content that's coming. So that means Coach has got a lot of research and a lot of work that he's got to do. So this is still slow season. Right now, a lot of NFL players are in the news. That's the best thing that can happen right now. So that means the NFL is just slow. It happens. It's okay. Let basketball shine right now. Let my man Ant-Man shine right now. Okay. Baseball has started off with a blast. I hope you guys are tuning in to Baseball with Teddy, but it's starting off with a bang. So the season is starting off really, really well. So there's a lot of good content. Boxing, it's at an all-time for viewership and entertainment. It's at an all-time high. I'm not sure skill-wise. I've always been skeptical at boxing, but I tell you, two people you don't put your money against right now. Ryan Garcia and Jake Paul. And I'm not talking about Jake Paul against Mike Tyson. I'm not talking about a fight like that. So far, all the fights he's had, he's won. Now, a lot of you all say, he picks these old fighters. Well, age may be a little bit of an issue when it comes to boxing. But last time I checked, Mayweather picked all his boxers. He handpicked all his boxers that he wanted to fight, and he beat them all. That's what Jake is doing. Now, is Jake adding age to it? It could be happenstance. It could be by design. Who knows? But he's won all the fights that he's put up and said he's going to win. So, outside of that, there's WWE as well. We do have a lot of sports content, and WWE is sports entertainment. And if you haven't been paying attention, Triple H is completely revamping the industry. It is, it's a beautiful thing right now. So while football right now it's at its calmest, enjoy all these other sports and entertainments that's out there in the world. Pick up UFC. Check out some UFC matches while you're out there. The sports as a whole is on a rise right now. Like as for me, as far as entertainment, all sports, golf, horseback riding, race car track racing. Hell, I'm even checking out dodgeball tournaments. I love watching cheer events. I think they're the coolest thing to see all these dance teams come together and put on amazing shows. That's right now because Disney, ESPN is packed with all those things going on right now. So sports entertainment right now, it's really good. So enjoy sports. Football is at its lowest. I ain't got no viewers right now. I shouldn't. I'm here just in case. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff up here that I can't just keep, but I need to spit it out. So why don't I just spit it out to the world and then get it off my chest? You see what I'm saying? But right now, football is at a low. I'm a fantasy guy. I'm a football guy. Football is in August. We're in May. Schedule release isn't even out yet. Okay. That's about the most excitement we're about to have after the draft. Okay. And that's where we're going to do some real good talking about schedules and teams. And there's injuries that still got to take place. You still got training camp that's coming in June. Mini camps in June, training camp in July. Yeah, let's remember that. It's mini camps in June, training camps are in July. And when July comes, we got to be careful. We got to wait because by day 5, I hate doing it. Brought to you by Darth Maul. The ACL's going to get torn just like Maul got cut in half. Stupid. Okay. But, so right now, that's it. It's football is at a calm right now. I'm just here as a voice whisperer for those few NFL people out there that just want to hear something about football. Hey, are you watching college football right now? Yes, there's college football right now because it's home versus away camps. It's college camps right now. So they're displaying those on TV. If you need that football itch, go get it. Colleges, they got the offense versus the defense, home and away. They're not playing against other teams. They're doing it to themselves. I love those, by the way. It's either that one thing I love about college and Little League. Again, it turns into preseason football when you go to the NFL. I get it. But in Little League, right, what they do before the season starts, they set up a humongous tournament for the community, for all these teams that are getting ready to play for the season, right? So you come out full pads and everything, but they're all scrimmage games. You play for like 4 or 5, maybe 8 minutes or something like that. It's something weird, but it's really small. Little bit of contact, not too much. You know what I mean? Like my corner one time got blown by 2. We lost because he got blown on 2 different games on the last play. And that's what I want. This is a scrimmage game. He came crying. I got a smile on my face, buddy. We good. Now that I've seen why you got beat in a scrimmage, why they had to do so much to beat you in a scrimmage, watch how locked down you become in the season. By the way, yes, that's the team that was the best defense in all of Chicago. Yeah, we only allowed 3.5 points a game out of 9 games. Now, mind you, team scored a touchdown on us, but collectively through 9 games, we only allowed 3.5 points a game. Anyway, and why is that? Because a scrimmage let me know what I need to fix. Obviously, it's a scrimmage game. No points don't count. But I loved how you had barbecues. The parents, the community came out to watch these scrimmage games because they want to see what these kids got going. It's just like everybody go out to watch preseason games, okay? And the same thing with college after the spring games. Basically, you take your offense because you got so many players between red shirts, freshmen, sophomore, all of the boys, and you take your starters, okay? You got a defense, you got an offense, and you put them bad boys together and have a good old day. It's for the parents to come to the stadium. It's for the school to come together. It's for the community to come to the stadium and just enjoy what they're going to get from these boys for the whole season. So y'all ain't going to have a good season, but we ain't there yet. This is the beginning. So right now, this is all calm before the storm stuff. All right, man, who we can see? Check out these comments before we get started. Giovanni, yo, Gio, what's good? What's good? Go Canes. Hey, there we go. Hey, if you like college, by the way, Giovanni, please make sure you check out our other show on the Refuse to Lose Network. It's called Carl Talking College, CTC, Carl Talking College. This man, if you like what I have to say when it comes to the NFL, you're going to wet your pants. You go over there and listen to Carl Talk College Football. He does his homework. The man doesn't sleep. I think he gets like micro sleep like Batman because you understand how many college teams there are, right? There are a lot of college teams. Hold on. Let me stop real quick because I want to explain maybe this doesn't process in people properly. And not that I'm calling anybody dumb. No, I want people's brains to react in a certain way. That's why I'm saying it this way. Do y'all understand how many college teams there are in college? Do you know how many colleges there are? How many colleges that kids go to? That's how many teams there are. Whether it's D1 division, whether it's what is it called? Community college. These players move around the same way. There's a lot of teams, right? Now, granted, he is focused on the I wouldn't say nationally televised teams, because he is focused on almost all the teams that play pretty much in every conference. Bro, the work that Carl puts in for all of these teams is unmatched. It's unmatched. And you're not going to get lies. You're going to get truth. Junko, you have, bro, oh my goodness. College football is like watching soccer league. It's how many doggone conferences there are. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. But it's the work that Carl puts in to get everybody ready each and every week for these college games. It's ridiculous. And he ain't done, because he does college. Carl talks college. Where are we at right now? Basketball. Don't get me wrong. The March Madness is ended. But what do you think he was doing when football was over? He jumped right into college basketball. Yes, you guys watch CTC, Carl Talking College. You guys will not be disappointed. If you are huge, huge college fans, you will not be disappointed at all. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right into the show. I just had to put that out there for you guys that love, because if you say you love football and you're not subscribed to Carl Talking College, then you're a liar. I'm gonna say it to your face. You're a liar. Because there's no way you can't be subscribed to his show and you talking about you love football. There's no way, because he's gonna get you ready. He's got everybody ready for the draft just by the information he put out all season last year. Think about that. And what does that do? That transfers all the way over to coach. When I take care of you for the NFL. See, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. We got a boxing show. We got a baseball show. I'm surprised we don't have a tennis show. We have fighting shows, whether it's boxing, UFC, wrestling. We have, I don't know if we have a golf show. I know we have soccer. We talk soccer as well. I mean, if it's sports, man, we want everybody engaged with us, because we are about giving you guys the right information. What I always tell you myself, I ain't ESPN, so I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I get stats. I understand stats, but you got to understand history. You got to understand patterns. You got to understand consistency, okay? You got to understand the organization themselves. You got to understand how this team was built from the ground to where it's at right now, and can they change their identity? You got to put all that into perspective. You can't just look at the numbers and give your opinion and expect that to work. What? That's called a lie. Okay, the only reason why it's not a lie is if somehow a part of that comes true for you to finesse your way through your lie to make up a bigger one. That's a lie, ESPN. Stop lying to people. You had people draft Davion. You had, I don't know how y'all got Houston to draft. I'm going to keep using that same example. He didn't play college for his whole senior year. He had one hit on a Michigan running back, and he became the first round draft pick. And I tore his ass a new one every single week that he played, and everybody said, "Oh, look at the tackle that Davion Clowney just got." Yeah, after being on the defensive line and had to run 15 yards after the first down to go chase him down just because he's so fast. You want me to be impressed? Are you serious right now? But that's what ESPN had y'all out here believing, though, huh? And then that's if he played, because he spent half of his damn career on vacation or injury. I'm sorry. That slipped out. I'm going to use him as a martyr every single chance I get, bro, because ESPN lies to you all. Yeah, and then they got Stephen A. Clown behind. I'm going to say something else. Let me stop. Let's get back to our show. This is for us. Let's get back to our show, okay? Yeah, man. Boss man, what's good with you? What's good? That's my man right there. That's the one that found me. He is the one that plastered this face right here for y'all. Give a round of applause for the boss, okay? Where that button at? Because he need that for sure. No, wrong one. Boss man, get that one. He is the reason you all have Coach. I'm dead serious. He's the reason. All right. So let's get to work. We got a good show for you guys today. And basically, I said we're gonna sit here. We're gonna go over the draft. We're gonna go over the first round. A lot of these names or players were, as I expected the team should go, and some of them, if they weren't, I have something to say about it. So first off, we have the first round draft pick in the NFL, and that's Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams. He is sought after. He is he's excited for the city because he's, in their eyes, not gonna be Justin Fields. More so, though, the coach is really good. I don't know if people, again, I'm gonna keep talking about the Chicago coach until he shows me otherwise, but he really turned his team around. Now, if Caleb Williams is his guy, you understand what I'm telling you? If this isn't just a pressure to draft this kid first round, there's a big difference. Because if he's a pressure pick, it ain't gonna work. I'm sorry, it never does. I've never seen the pressure pick ever work in the NFL. You want to know who was a pressure pick? Look at the quarterback last year that went to the Panthers. That was a pressure pick. I'm sorry. Okay, and they ain't gonna show it. It's not gonna progress into anything again this year. They're gonna win 5 games in Carolina. Like, they're not. There's nothing there that's winning. Period. So as long as he is what the coach wanted, his team will have some success. Now, within this division, it could be tricky. It doesn't mean that they're going to move up to first place. It doesn't even mean they're going to win more than 8 games. It could happen, but at the same time, they could also win 7 games. The division is going to be pretty tough. A lot of it is going to me, fall on what the Detroit Lions do. Even with the rookie quarterback, I think the Vikings are going to be good. They have a lot of good weapons at the receiving core, and they're doing well at that defense, getting pieces that they need. Green Bay, I think, is going to be the leading pack again in that division. I'm sorry. I love Jordan Love, and until Jordan Love shows me a fall off, I don't see any reason he should. You know what I mean? He's got the receivers. He's got Josh Jacobs coming back there running the ball for him. I'm really excited. And then the defense is going to get well. They got him some protection. We'll get to him. But so in that division alone, I think that still puts Chicago at 3rd, 4th place. So with 8 wins, maybe 8 wins. So as long as Chicago can put up points and fight in games, the pick will be worth the while. Okay? It will be worth the excitement. It will be worth what the fans want moving forward. Washington Commanders drafted Jaden Daniels, number 2. All right, so Jaden Daniels is basically a lean version of Colin Kaepernick. All right, he has, from what I can tell, a decent arm. It's not strong down the field, and it's not strong on the out route. So he's going to do a lot of dump offs to those running backs, which obviously they have 2 running backs. They can use that now. They can get, hopefully, his arm going as the years progress. So him not having a strong arm right now is not an issue. Him not having a strong arm in 3 years, that is an issue. So they have time with Jaden Daniels. I know a lot of people aren't high on him right now. A lot of people aren't big on him right now. But my take is, for what they want to use him for in Washington, I think it was a great pick. I don't think Drake May would have worked with their system. Neither would have Bo Mix or JJ McCarthy. Maybe no, because McCarthy should have went to the Patriots, to be quite honest with you. But we'll get to that in a minute. And then we'll get to Washington and any other moves that they made. So 3rd pick was the Patriots with Drake May. To me, it was a hype pick. They were number 3. He was high on the board. They picked him. It's a new coach. It's not Belichick, obviously. We'll see what this goes. We'll see what happens. It's really hard to change an identity of a team that has been one way for so long. What I mean by hard is the Steelers are still the Steelers. The Bills are still the Bills. The Patriots were still the Patriots. We'll see what happens with this. The Chicago Bears are still Chicago Bears. Like, what do I say about Chicago all the time? They are always great on defense. They're not great at offense, meaning they're not a team that will put up 35 points, 40 points a game. They're a 19, 21 point a game team, but they win because they hold you to under 17. That's always been Chicago Bears' identity, And if you ever look at when the Chicago Bears are in the playoffs, go look at the defense. Go look at how the Chicago Bears are built and go look at how that offense is built. They have gone through the playoffs every single time by defense, and they do not put up a lot of points. And if it is a lot of points on that board, tell me why it's either Devin Hester, Brian Urlacher with interceptions, or any other Bears secondary that got picks and took that crap to the house. That's where the points come from. Go look at the offense. They didn't come from Jay Cutler at quarterback and those beasts of 3 receivers that he had. Nope, they didn't. Even with all those receivers, they still couldn't put up that many points. It's not their identity. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully the Patriots, maybe this is them going for their new identity, but I don't think this quarterback fits. Gunslinger does not fit the Patriots' identity. It's just never been their identity. So we'll see. We'll see. But not my pick. I would have went with J.J. McCarthy. Number 4, Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. So this was a hype pick. This was also a you bet pick. Because, I mean, look, y'all know how I feel about Kyler Murray. I'm not big on him. I call him a little boy that runs around the circle and throws the ball up in the air. However, he does have DeAndre Hopkins. And even with doing that, DeAndre Hopkins was catching the ball. So if Marvin Harrison Jr. can catch, because my other knock was, stop calling him Hollywood. His name is Marquise, because there's nothing about him that's Hollywood. He can't catch. He can't catch. He can run around. He can't catch. He's shown that his whole career. He can't catch. Now, maybe something will change with Patrick Mahomes. We'll see. But his issues have always been his hands, never his route running. Okay, so as long as Marvin Harris Jr. can catch from Kyler Murray, he's going to have a great rookie season. Number 5, the Chargers selected Joe Alt. Now, they did need to protect Justin Herbert. Here's where, all right, there's so many questions around this team right now. Is Herbert even good enough? I'm going to be honest with you. I was very disappointed in a lot of his play last year and a little bit in the year before that. There were some things that I saw I didn't care for. The way he gives up at the end of games, where he just rather just slide, like you don't even give your team a chance. Like, what the hell is that? Where did that come from? I didn't see that your rookie year. I didn't even see that in your second year. Why is that here in your 3rd and 4th year? I don't understand it. And you got paid. So a lot needs to change in Herbert this year, like really, or you are one overpaid SOB like the rest of them are pretty much. So we'll have to see. But they went and got him an offensive tackle. They went and got him some protection. So hopefully this will help the passing game. They don't have any receivers though. I don't know what they're going to do in that department. They're all gone. So I what they had wasn't even enough. So I don't even know what they're going to do now. So we'll see. We'll see what Harbaugh has for us. He's either going to turn his team around, or we're going to be saying he should have stayed with Michigan one more year. All right. So number 6, the the New York Giants. They selected LSU wide receiver. Watch this. 2 LSU players in the first 6 picks. Thanks. LSU wide receiver Malik Neighbors. He went to the Giants. That's really good. Gives Daniel Jones a receiver, hopefully. Because what he had, I know a lot of us beat up on Daniel Jones, but come on, we got to be real honest too. Did he really have anybody to really throw the ball to outside of last year's rookies who didn't get to play with because he got hurt? So I do think they have some weapons now, and then adding this piece, the Giants may be okay. Fighting in that division, possibly if the Cowboys fall pretty hard. I don't know if they'll fall. Trash Can Zeke is back, so he knows the routes, he knows the lanes. We'll talk about them later. But per division-wise, they would have to topple over both the Washington Commanders and the Cowboys to be number 2. So I mean, it's not hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm not big on the Cowboys this year. Neither am the Commanders. So it's Eagles and then whoever else can pick up the scraps in that division right now. I mean, the Eagles right now they're a very solidified team. They're just adding pieces. They got the same guys they got going. They're paying people properly. They know what they're doing business-wise. I mean, Howie Roseman is working his magic, man. The man know how to work the pen. The man know what he's doing. Tennessee, number 7. They also picked an offensive tackle. So they're a mess. Now that Hopkins is over there and Will Levis is there, they're getting Will Levis protection. They don't have a running. Well, I mean, they have the rookie from last year, so hopefully he can step into the role, but he catches. So his role may be a little bit different than what we know of Tennessee with Henry. So we'll see some changes in Tennessee, but they are still a bit of a mess. I think they've lost some key pieces that they got to find really quickly. That division they're gonna be in third, maybe fourth place, because depending on what the Colts do, Colts could come up top to the third, leaving Jacksonville second. I think Houston's still gonna take first place. But I mean, I like the pick, getting Will Levis protection, but I mean, it's one of those things like, damn, you could have went anywhere at number 7. Don't get me wrong, that was a great pick, but for the Tennessee Titans, there's such a mess that any pick, honestly, would have been great for them at that point, or maybe trading out and collecting more in the second round, maybe. We'll see though. We'll see how it works. Number 8, I hate this pick. Atlanta failed draft with this pick. I look at what else they did in the draft, but that first round was a failure. I don't know. You have an on the outs quarterback that you paid $26 million to. Again, guys, talk to coach. Please talk to coach. Look, let me look at the camera because I'm over here looking at paper. Don't go into these things thinking when you see a contract, don't go in there thinking, oh my God, he got paid something. No, he didn't. That dude got paid $126 million. I think he got a $50 million bonus. I think it was $50 million, maybe a little less. I think it was $50 million, but it was a bonus. Wasn't guaranteed. That's the key. Who got guaranteed? Who got guaranteed money? Russell Wilson got guaranteed money. That's why the Steelers can pay dirt cheap money for a veteran minimum, because Denver got to pay that guaranteed money. Denver, the baby mama got to pay today. Let's look at it that way, right? The other side got to pay. So Steelers got a double win. You feel me? So that is the thing. Atlanta didn't give him no guaranteed money. They gave him a good contract that they can change the minute he sucks. And I mean, the minute he sucks. Now, why would you draft this quarterback though? 5 years already. He's got too much time on him already, and he's already a beat up guy, injury wise. Like, I don't like that pick, Atlanta. I really thought you would have used that 8th pick. Let me look at something, because through the first 7 picks, right, not one defender was taken. You could have had the best defender on the board, no matter what the position was. You could have taken it, Atlanta, because Lord knows you desperately need that defense to get up there. You don't have a defense, and this was your opportunity. And you took a quarterback that's going to sit behind this quarterback. I don't know what that GM was telling Arthur Smith in that war room, because I follow Arthur Smith for a while, and I know when he's happy and I know when he's not. But he defended Kyle Pitts through all this tragedy. He will not defend you if this pick don't work. I promise you will lose your job. You better hope this works, because it don't make no sense to me. You could have got him in the 4th round. Nobody looking for him. You could have got him in the 8th round. Well, nobody looking for him. Nobody was looking for him. And you took him. I'm a little worried about Atlanta with this pick. I'll be honest with you. This worries me. This really worries me. I don't. If this is the kind of, I don't get it. Maybe comments, y'all get it? Because I don't understand this pick that he made, and I personally don't understand Atlanta's pick in the 1st round. Maybe you guys can help me out. I appreciate that, Ricardo. What's good, man? How you been? I ain't seen you in a while. Yes, sir. Hey, I got something about your Cowboys too. Them and trash cans eat. But yeah, I don't like Atlanta's pick. It was not a good pick. So many other there's so many pieces they needed that they could have went with, and that was not the one. I don't get it. So good luck, Atlanta. Good luck. Somebody always got to make that move. And you know what's funny? Though I don't like what the Cowboys did. I'm not calling them the worst. You guys, this is the worst pick. Cowboys on the table, it wasn't even the worst pick. It was actually a good pick. I just would have rather them do something different. And I'll get to that when I get to them. This was bad, Atlanta. This was bad. You could have traded out 4 times and still got this guy. You could have got this guy. You could have got him as an unrestricted free agent. You really could have. I promise you. I promise on everything I love, you could have got him as an unrestricted free agent. You could have put a fantasy and drafted everything, dropped the kicker, and picked him up. I swear to you, you would have had him. But you used your first round on him. You used your first round pick on a quarterback you say is going to sit behind Kirk Cousins. I hope you your resume good. Okay, because you you got the first hot seat before the season even starts. I promise you that. Coaches won't even be on the hot seat. They coming for your head. The moment Cousins get hurt and this dude got step in, you better hope he throws for 4,500 yards. I'm serious, or you're fired. Because if you thought Buddy getting fired for that trade for AJ Brown was bad in Tennessee, this is gonna be worse. All right, so with the 9th pick, Chicago got a wide receiver. Hopefully I don't brutalize his name. Rome Odunze. So I like the fact that they went out and got another wide receiver. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they lost. One. So this was good. But besides, get the young kid, somebody young that he can connect with early. So I do like that pick. Again, I think their defense is fine. And I'm sure they got other defensive players in this draft later on in the draft. But those first 2 picks, quarterback and receiver, I'm definitely okay with that. And they got the third wide receiver off the board. All right, number 10, Minnesota. This is a safe pick. It's kind of like the only pick you could have gone with because Atlanta could have taken J.J. McCarthy. They could have stole J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy should not be in this year's draft, personally. My personal opinion. I believe he's only in this draft because he won the national title. He did not win the national title. Harbaugh won the national title. Let's get that clear because he is a quarterback whisperer. And if you do not believe me, watch what he does with Harbaugh. Watch what he does with Herbert this year if it worked the way I believe it should work. And if you don't believe me, go look at what he did with Colin Kaepernick. With Colin Kaepernick was a top 10 quarterback. Without Harbaugh, Colin Kaepernick was a 32nd best quarterback in the league. Oh, yes, he was. Go look at the stat. He couldn't go over 26 touchdowns a season without Harbaugh. So this coach knows what he's doing, i.e. McCarthy was there for his whole tenure. See what I'm saying? That worries me. Now, the Vikings coach is good. The Vikings have a lot of great weapons. He's set up for success, is my point. If he is anything less successful, Vikings are going to be in 4th place. I promise you that. Because the Bears will be in 3rd. So if Detroit stays steady. So I don't know. It's a safe pick. I really wish the Patriots, if they were going to go for a quarterback in the 1st round, I wish they would have gone for this guy because he fits their system properly. Why? Because, yes, he's a Michigan quarterback. Yes, Tom Brady was a Michigan quarterback. Michigan quarterbacks are the type of quarterbacks that fit the Patriots system. Okay, that's what I mean by identities. But anyway, we'll see how it works. No, because what he can fit in Minnesota's system as well. I'm not trying to beat down on JJ. My only knock is I don't think he should be a 1st round quarterback. But if you're going to go for a quarterback, Atlanta, you could have went for that. You could have went for McCarthy. Really? Whew, Atlanta, boy, y'all make. Oh, leave you alone, bro. All right, so the Jets did what I expected them to do. They got Aaron Rodgers for protection, so they drafted an offensive tackle. Denver did what they were supposed to, but I don't know. Maybe they should have fought for. See, I would have maybe liked Drake May in Denver, to be quite honest with you. With that gunslinger mentality, they love gunslingers in Denver. Russell Wilson is not a gunslinger. He never was. Russell Wilson had Russell Magic. Russell Wilson was a better thrower than Tim Tebow. Okay? That's it. He was a better thrower than Tim Tebow. But if you really look, they had the same damn game, bro. they played the same. Almost. It's just what's his name was bigger. His arm was just shorter. One was shorter. His arm was bigger. It was weird. You give Russell Wilson's arm to Tim Tebow, dude, that's 12 Super Bowls. Oh my god. Anyway, okay, let's see. So Bo Nix, I mean, I don't like prototypes, and he's a prototype. So we'll see. But I do like Oregon quarterbacks. So we'll see. See, I have that. There's what I'll have a knock against somebody, but then I mean, there's something that kind of like, all right, he's from here, so okay, I get it. Meaning, so Oregon quarterbacks know how to move around in the pocket, and I like that. So Denver needs that kind of mobility because they need mobility with a big arm. He's very athletic. I think it can work. I like Drake May's bigger arm for Denver. I guess if that makes sense. But I don't want Bo Nix being drafted third because I don't think he's that high of a draft pick. You know what I mean? So he's number 12. 13, I don't like this pick by the Raiders, Brock Bowers. I do not like them getting a tight end. You're not going to replace whatever you're trying to replace. And I kind of like the tight end that was there. Personally, it would have been a perfect time for the Raiders to trade up for a quarterback. I don't believe in the one that they have, or maybe even vamping up the defense a bit more. But I don't like the tight end pick here. I feel like they're trying to steal something, and it's. I hope it works, but I really just feel like they were trying to steal. Saints at 14, so they got an offensive tackle. It's a great pick. Don't care pick because the Saints aren't going to do anything this year at all. I mean, it's the Saints. It's nothing there. They're trying. They're trying to I think they're just this looks like a pick. It don't even look like a restart. Like they're trying to. I don't know. They're trying to hold on basically to what they got. So they go offensive tackle pick first, protection, obviously. But your running backs are dwindling. They're coming towards the end. It's just the nature of the game. And enough moves weren't made prior to Carr coming there to make this team any better. So it's like the pick is a great pick, but okay, doesn't mean anything for the Saints right now. Maybe in 5 years. Indiana Colts at number 15, they got an edge. I love that one. They do need to replace the linebacker that they lost because hopefully he can fit that position to kind of play both the roles, the edge and the linebacker. So he's like a hybrid. Seahawks at number 16. I actually love this pick, and I was thinking back when I did like pre-draft, like what the team should get. I believe I said that the Seahawks needed a defensive tackle, and that's exactly what they got. So I love when the team gets exactly what they need. They need meat up front to clog up those holes so they're not getting ran on, basically. Kyron Williams tore them a new one. So they're basically beefing up that hole, and I love it. Vikings again at 17. They got an edge rusher. I do like that pick. Dallas Turner, so that's a really good pick for them. 18, Cincinnati got an offensive tackle. I do like that pick. They're getting their quarterback some protection. He's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. You can't have him getting beat up. So you need to give that man some protection. Los Angeles Rams. I love this. They haven't had a first round pick. I think it was something crazy. I don't want to lie. That's what it was, but they haven't had a first round pick in a while. And what they do is they replace their retired player. I love that. It's not a replacement. You can never replace Aaron Donald. But the position needed to be filled. Period. They needed an edge rusher. They went and got an edge rusher. They got one from Florida State too. Them Florida State boys know how to hit. They fight trees, okay? The Florida State boys like them Hawaiian boys, man. Which is why I love the protection that the Steelers went and got Russell Wilson with their offensive tackle, Troy Fatanu. Dolphins at number 21. I like this pick. They could have traded out or up, but I like it. They went and got an edge rusher for themselves as well from Penn State. which is very, very good. They got a Penn State guy, which means they got a guy to play in the cold. So when they travel defensively, they will have a cold weather guy on that team. I love that. Got to mix the match, change the head dome. Philly at number 22 got a corner. Best part about Philly at number 22, they got the first corner off the board. I love that. That's exactly what they needed was corners. And they went and took a corner. All right. Jaguars at 23. They got a wide receiver. They do need some wide receiver depth. So I'm okay with that one as well. Detroit got a cornerback. I'm very glad they did that as well. Packers got an offensive lineman. You got to protect the quarterback. He took a lot of hits last year, especially in the playoffs. We got to protect this kid, okay? I'm very happy that's exactly what the Packers did. Tampa Bay. So I was looking at Tampa Bay's roster and what they really needed desperately. They didn't have desperate needs. They got to keep their receivers. They have a quarterback that they just signed. The running back is doing really well. You know what you do? Get him a signal caller. Get him a center. I love it. Get him somebody young that he can kind of finesse to hand the ball off his way. I know a lot of people don't think much about that. Like I said, I get that. But he's basically going to be able to groom this guy to protect him the way he wants to be protected, not the way the center wants to protect him because he's the veteran guy. No, and there's no arguing. There's no like, oh no, don't do that. No. What Baker Mayfield did was he fell in line behind the center and he did his job the way the center needed him to. But see, there has to be a change. Now the new center's coming in. Now Baker can have this guy do it his way. That's just the nature of football, guys. Okay, so I do love this pick that they went for center. Let's see. Cardinals got another pick in the first round. They went ahead and got a defensive end, which I do like. And it's good because their defense actually surprised me a lot last year. I was very surprised at how well they played last year. So I like the fact that they decided to go. They got their receiver in the first round, and then they decided to go, let's go for a defense in the first round as well. So I love it. So when they're in a position to grab pieces, like important pieces like that in the draft, man, it's off. That bodes well for the rebuilding of this team because in the next 2-3 years, the Arizona Cardinals could be a 10-11 win team fighting for playoff, not fighting for playoff spot, but mostly fighting for dominance in the playoffs. I'd rather say it that way because it could be a formidable team in the playoffs within the next few years. Look, we gave this one coach a lot of slack, but don't get me wrong, they did better than I gave them because I hadn't won the game last year, so obviously they did better than that. But I like what the coach did with this team, especially with Josh Dobbs. Like, where did that come from? So if he can do that with Josh Dobbs, I have faith in what he can do with the team when he is able to get what he wants, and it seems that that's what he's doing now. So I really like that. So good kudos to the Cardinals, and it seems that they're making some really good decisions in the draft. And we'll look at the teams as a whole after commercial break. To see what they did collectively throughout the rest of the drafts and give them basically the grade I believe they should have. All right, so next up we have the Kansas City Chiefs. They went ahead and drafted a wide receiver. Obviously, that's definitely what they need. Let's see. Dallas at number 29. They got an offensive tackle. I'm okay with the offensive tackle that they got. I'm okay with it. It's just I don't know. They could have went for another receiver, but I like what they have in the locker room now. They definitely need to beef up the defense, so we'll see what they do in the rest of the draft. But it's almost like I wish the Cowboys actually traded out of the first round and collected more picks later off in the draft because they kind of have to rebuild a little bit. So we'll see how many picks they actually had and see what they were able to do anyway. Because I actually didn't like their first pick last year. And lo and behold, they actually had a pretty good, decent draft throughout the rest of the draft. So I wasn't too upset. Ravens got a cornerback at number 30. Good for them. This is the pick I don't like. I don't like San Francisco's pick at 31. I don't like Ricky Parcell. Like, you got a receiver that's your running back. Are you taking the passes away from McCaffrey and giving it to him? What does this do for the tight end and his receptions? Like, are we taking away Joseph? Are we taking away Ayuk's touches? Like, it's and you still got Debo. It's I don't understand this pick when y'all need cornerbacks so bad. You have a secondary that's desperately in need. So maybe it's okay because you use the 31st pick and you're going to be early in the second round and you're going to make cornerback pick. We'll see what happens. Remember, this is just the first round. I like it. I don't like it. With this one, I don't like it. 32nd pick is the Carolina Panthers. They got a wide receiver. I mean, okay. So KC traded to Buffalo. Buffalo traded to Carolina. So Buffalo traded out of the draft, it looks like, because I didn't call their name. Okay, so Buffalo looks like they traded out. Or they didn't have a pick due to this already. So, no, don't get me wrong, they have a draft pick. They didn't have one in the first round. I didn't say that properly. All right, so that is my draft recap for round one. Let's check out these trash can Zeke. Bro, it's just because he left the team with trash cans. He came back to the team running with the trash cans. Let the trash cans go, Zeke. Just run the ball. You don't need the trash cans to run the ball. Herbert, my boy. Yeah, I know. He better do something this year because I'm getting kind of skittish on him. Teddy, my man, was good, bro. Everybody, this is Teddy Merck. This is the guy you go to for all your baseball information. Baseball with Teddy. It's baseball season right now, so he is basically in full swing. Please, anything you need, even fantasy for baseball, please go talk to Teddy. He is your god for baseball, for all your baseball information and all your baseball research. He is a beast at this. Please tune in each and every week for Baseball with Teddy. All right, so we are going to go on a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we were basically going to go over what the teams did collectively throughout the rest of the draft and basically give them a draft grade. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
Yo, my name is Lambo. Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
I thought we would be right back, but for some reason, I'm not.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes. They gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
All right, we are back. So we are going to go ahead and jump right into our next segment, which is basically going over all 32 teams. And we are going to go add the rounds and then the positions that they drafted in those rounds. All right, so starting off alphabetically, we'll start with the Atlanta Falcons. Arizona Cardinals. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 picks total. So out of those 12 picks, they drafted a receiver, defensive end, a cornerback, a running back, They got a running back in the third round. That's actually really good. With Connor, that's actually really, really good. Wow. They got a guard, a tight end, the third round. That's really good. Wow. This coach. Okay. 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 All right. They got a cornerback in the third round. Good. Fourth round, they got a safety. They got an edge in the fifth. They got an offensive tackle in the fifth. Little late on the offensive tackle. I probably would have gotten that offensive tackle where that tight end is. But they also need a tight end too. So it's hey, you can't get them all. You feel me? You can't get them all. So hopefully that fifth round pick turns into something. That's what you're really hoping for. You know what I mean? Sixth round, they got a wide receiver. He won't be much. He'll return kicks. And the seventh round, they got a defensive back. So they got somebody who can kind of play safety. Now they got a rover. He's a rover. He's gonna be like third. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Third down guy. He's your third down safety. He's a nickel back. So I would have to say, by looking at the players and what Atlanta drafted, in the rounds that they drafted players in, because it's like, so for instance, they got a receiver in the first round, they got a defensive end in the first round, they got a corner in the second round, they got a running back in the third, they got a guard. Okay, that guard in the third, that's where I would have gotten that offensive tackle in the third. That guard would have had to wait for the fifth round, man. That guard would have had to wait. You have enough hole runners right now. That one would have had to wait for me. Tight end in the third, quarterback in the third, love that. Safety in the fourth, I love that. And then the edge in the fifth, offensive tackle in the fifth. Yeah, that would have been the guard right there, man. Wide receiver in the sixth, and defensive back in the seventh. I'm gonna give the Cardinals. Hey man, I'm gonna give them an A minus, bro. Put them up there. I think they had a really great draft. Really. Outside of that one that I would have just flipped for the other, I like every piece that they got in every single round. Like the third round, in the third round, their second pick was a running back. What? I love that. I love that. It was, you got to understand how strategic this was. Like the tight end that they got in the third round. They got him with the third round with the 18th pick. This is why I'm mad that they didn't get the offensive tackle with the third round with the seventh pick. Like, you were right there. Like, come on. But everything else, strategically how they did it, I love every piece of it. So I'm going to give the Arizona Cardinals an A. Yes, I'm gonna give them a high draft rate. They're starting off already. So that is the set bar. I don't think anybody's gonna get higher than them. So look who's next, Atlanta. So Atlanta had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. You only had 8, and you already blew away 1. Okay, so I like the second round pick with the defensive tackle. However, let's just play devil's advocate, right? Let's just play devil's advocate. You get a defensive end in the first round, right? Atlanta with the 8th pick, you get a defensive end, right? Guess who's still gonna be there for you? Oh, the same number 2 pick that you got with the third pick in the second round. Then your third round pick would have been what? An offensive linebacker. I mean, an outside linebacker. 3 straight defensive picks is what you would have had. So you know what you could have did with your fourth round pick? You could have went for quarterback. You know what you still would have had at quarterback? You still would have had Michael Penix. You still would have had him in the fourth round. I promise you would have had him. So it's just like you force-fed the rest of your draft all defense. You really only had 8 picks, right? Don't even know why you wouldn't got a receiver in the 6th round. You should have got a receiver. So let's got a receiver in the 6th round. You had a receiver with 8 picks. Oh my God. Hey, dude, Your job is holding on by a thread, bro. I'm being quite honest with you. If I'm the owner, oh man, don't sneeze wrong, dude. Seriously, don't sneeze wrong. Why do you have so many defensive tackles? Why do you have one, two? Why did you draft? This is Atlanta. This is how Atlanta. This is what this guy did after drafting the quarterback. He said, "Okay, I got you." So they went defensive tackle, offensive outside linebacker, defensive tackle, linebacker, running back, wide receiver, defensive tackle. You've got to be shitting me. I'm sorry, excuse my French, but are you serious? Atlanta, you're dumb. You're dumb. I'm giving this draft, I'll give you an F. I don't like anything you did. Don't get me wrong. What you drafted is fine. It's how you did it, why you did it, what purposes you made, what excuses you made for it. This was all stupid. You sirs, you get it's a crying shame. These first two teams will be going over. One got A minus, one got F. And I'm not using the new grading scale that the world decided to come out with. No, I should give you a 0. But you didn't put no effort. There's no effort into this draft, Atlanta. This was a guy who was just trying to save his behind because he ended up with that first pick. I know how to read between the lines, bro. None of these. Good luck, Atlanta. You're gonna be another laughing stock. I'm gonna just move right on to Baltimore. Damn that. All right, Baltimore. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. All right, so you had one more pick than Atlanta, right? But let's just see how strategic you were. Your first pick, you know what you needed. You went and got a quarterback. Your second pick, ooh, I like this. Don't get me wrong, it's on the back end, the second pick or second round, 30th pick. It's hard. However, it's still what you need. Your offensive tackle. You can always go for offensive tackle when you need it. Do they need it? This is what they mean by need. They have starters. They need fill-ins. People get hurt. They need people ready. This is really good. They got quarterback is what they needed in the first round. Second pick, you don't need a running back. You got Henry. You don't need receivers. You need receivers, but you're not a pass offense type of team. So a receiver can come where? Oh, fourth round. Duh. You know what I'm saying? So you went with an edge rusher in the third round. I like it. Because you got a cornerback with your first pick. You got a third pick. Your third pick was an edge rusher. The fourth pick was a receiver. And you did it again. You got another corner. You got 2 corners with your first 4 picks. You desperately need a secondary. You got 2 corners with your first 4 picks. How hard was that, Atlanta? You don't have a defensive line, but you went and got 3 defensive tackles. Arthur Smith, you probably don't watch my show. I don't have. I'm working on my bachelor's degree. Dude, I promise you, the GM. I'll take. I'm never. Let me not do that. Let me stay. Let me stay in my lane. Let me stay in my lane. You're wrong. My lane is football, but I'm not a GM. I don't know how hard this job is, but I know you can't be making decisions like Atlanta. Let's move right along. Let's see. We got a running back with the 5th round pick. I'm okay with that because he's reliever of Henry. We're going to be out of Henry. You got. You get to have Justice Hill there. I think. Carl, if you're watching, please let me know that. 5th round, we have 6th round. We got a quarterback. That's fine. Devin Leary, they need a quarterback. What that is they just paid Lamar Jackson. Okay. Hey, quarterback. They still got to fill up the roster. And because they filled up everything else they need, yeah, let's do quarterback in the 5th round. How many quarterbacks in those late rounds? Well, Aaron Rodgers was a late round pick in the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson was a 4th round pick and he won the Super Bowl. Yeah. Tom Brady was damn near dead last. He's got 6, 7. 7. So, 6th round picks are very dangerous. Any quarterback is very dangerous when it's a strategic pick. When it's somebody who doesn't have to play right now, but you know you got something that nobody else got. It's just one of those. I'm not saying he's that. I don't know what this kid is. What I'm just saying is it's the right pick at the right time, what they need. Because they got everything else. They got, look at this, the first 4 picks, 2 quarterbacks. First 4 picks, 2 offensive players, offensive tackle and receiver. The first 5 picks, 3 defenders with the first 5 picks. 2 of them being within the, no, not talking the fourth round. 2 fourth rounders was receiver in the quarter. But you see what I'm saying? So they strategically filled up their roster correctly, and they're just filling in the gaps next. Look, 7th round pick, they got a center. Of course, we're gonna get a center. For Michigan State, 2 cold weather guy, I love it. 7th round pick, we got a safety. Safeties have become the totem pole of the lowest of the bottom of the NFL. Like, if it weren't for running backs, safety would be like dead last. So it's just like you don't use one safety now. Like you don't use 2 safeties back there. Because you use the other one as a rover. You see what I'm saying? So it's and when you use a person in multiple positions, you have to pay attention. You gotta pay attention now. The NFL, you gotta think, pay attention. Pay attention. Play your position. That's how you get paid. The minute you start doing more than one position, you can't get paid, pimp. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. All right, so I would give the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see what kind of grade we got. I'm gonna give them a B due to the fact that a lot of their picks are, pick 42, pick 30, pick 30. What was the other one? Pick 30. It's like they're in it, and I like the picks that they got, but these are all back end of the round. So you can only have so many of those really turn out. You feel me? So, but the order of what they did, the direction in which they took, this is a B draft for me. All right, so let's see. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills. Oops, something went wrong. Go back. All right, Bills. So the Bills had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They had 10 picks, not bad. 10 picks in the draft that all started in the first round, but they didn't have the first pick in the first round. Who they picked? Keon Coleman. Now, I am head over heels over this kid. I think he is an outstanding kid. I love how he speaks. I love his mindset. I love that he thinks before he speaks. If you don't think he does, you're a fool. He knows exactly what's coming out of his mouth, and he knows what he's saying. I love everything about it. Here's what I hope. That it just translates on the field. Because if it does, a simple... let's put it this way. There's 18 weeks. 9 weeks, Stephon Diggs is a beast. Week 10 comes, it gets cold. There's no Stephon Diggs showing up any week after week 9. That's a problem for the Bills because then where's all the touchdowns? You see what I'm saying? Now they're losing games because they got a whole guy on the team ain't showing up. If that void of the disappearance not happening it's because here's the thing. I don't know if anybody caught he said, I've been in Michigan 2 years. What that boy put out there like that? I've been playing in the cold for 2 years. That was what that was for. I read between lines. So if it translates on the field, the week 10 out, he's going to win Rookie of the Year. And we may have the Bills going past the second round in the playoffs. Yes. Just as simple as one guy. Yeah. Because the Bills got everything else. They got the offensive line. The running back game is very strong now. The quarterback is good. He's the god of football. He's the god of fantasy football. Have I ever not said that about Josh Allen? I don't like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen turns the ball over every single game. But he also is a receiver who doesn't show up from weeks 9 or weeks 10 through 17, bro. Like, that's not his fault. He's also got another receiver, Gabe Davis, who just decided that I'm here today, I'm going tomorrow. Like, that's not his fault either. His turnovers are his fault. But maybe those turnovers can get cleaned up if we had reliable targets. I'm always gonna play on either side. You see me? Got to hear from both sides. Can't just be Josh Allen is crap. Josh Allen is not crap. Josh Allen is putting up a lot of touchdowns and a lot of yards each year. He just also puts up a lot of interceptions. But he also has 2 receivers on that team that do not show up. Sorry, they don't. Not for 18 weeks. There are 18 weeks. I don't need you for 9. I need you for 18, Bill. Simple as that. I'm here for 18. The defense is here for 18. I don't need you catching 100 yards each week, putting up 2-3 touchdowns each week 1 through 9, and then week 10 come, and I can't find you, bro. What's going on? Now I know why the Kirk Cousins couldn't wait for you to leave. Stop. Because he can't catch in the cold, bro. He's gonna do just fine in Houston. It ain't cold in Houston. It is what it is, bro. All right, let's look. All right, so they got a receiver with their first pick in round 2, and then they had another pick in round 2, and they got a safety. I like it. They could have went anywhere else, but I mean, it's fine because they got a safety early, and they got him in the second round. And again, safeties is so low on the total poll right now, man. Like it's kind of like you got to snatch them up when they're there. So that was like where you do that at right there. Third round, they got a defensive tackle. They do need defensive tackles. Oh yes, they do need some meat up front because they do get the ball ran on them. So that'll hopefully help if he's good enough. But they got it on the back end. So hopefully he can turn into something. But it's a third round pick, so it's pretty high. So I think they're going to be high on him in training camp. And if he can show that he can play, he'll probably, if not start, he'll filter in a lot of playing time. Give the other guys some rest. I actually like it that way. If I can give me a third round pick to really flourish, you're not starting, you're not taking up a lot of time, but you are going to get you some reps that I can use to get my other guys some reps. So basically, I got 2 healthy defensive tackles, if not 3, going into the playoffs. Guys, this is for the long haul. This is the long game. It's not for week 1. I need things for week 18. You feel me? All right, so the 4th round, they got a running back. That's fine. Help out the one that they got now. And they got it in the 4th round. 3rd, 4th round, 5th round is where you get your running back from. That's where you stack up in running backs and receivers. No, running backs and linebackers. Sorry about that. Running backs and linebackers. 5th round, they got a center. I guess. 5th round, they got a linebacker. 5th round, they got an edge. 6th round, they got an offensive tackle. See, that's where I would have got my offensive tackles in the 5th round. Stop drafting centers so high. They hike the ball. Unless this dude is moving the pile after one hand, you don't need a center in the 5th round. You could have got that same center in the 6th. And you could have got you a better offensive tackle in the 5th round. Like, come on, guys. Come on. I think people understand the durability of how to build an offensive line. Golly, it goes protection into running lanes. If you can't protect your quarterback, who gives a crap about your running lanes? They're gonna stack the box. Then your running lanes ain't gonna matter because you have no protection for your quarterback. You have to protect the quarterback, and then you work for the inside. Come on, guys. We should know this already. Anyway. Cornerback in the 6th round. Yeah. No, I don't like that. You could have got that cornerback in the 5th round, and you could have used that edge. You could have got that edge in the 6th. See, edges have one job. It's to attack the quarterback. If you can't find a sneaky edge in the 6th round, like, what are you doing? Like, no, you can't use a quarterback in the 6th round. Like, you're gonna have him returning punts. Like, no, I don't like that. 7th round, you got an offensive tackle. So you got 2 late offensive tackles with this early 5th round center. Why? Because he's from Georgia? Well, just for that pick, Bills, you get a C. You got a great quarterback. You got a great receiver with your first pick. Your 2 next picks, 2nd round and 3rd, they weren't great, but I mean, I get it. I like the 4th round pick, but it was late. Your 5th round was your early pick. You had a 6th pick. It was an early pick. And you went with a center? So you get a C. Bills get a C. All right, next up is Carolina Panthers. Let's check these. All right, let's check. Oh, we got some comments real quick. Hold on. Coach got a pause. We got to go through the comments. Hey, what's good, my guy? Thank you for tuning in. Josh Allen turns the ball over unless it's the Cowboys. Yeah, this is going. Yeah, they replaced him quick too with that second round pick. Who likes playing in the cold? As long as it translates on the field, that's the biggest thing. It has to translate on the field. Okay, everything can be all talk. Everything coach can see it run his mouth too. Has Herbert translated on the field yet? No. I had to come for Herbert last year. You got all that money and now you out? Nah, bro. Nope. Overpaid. Anyway, meet up front, chill, coach. You know how I feel about the trenches, Dave. And I hate y'all pick. I'm sorry. That first round pick y'all made was not good. I don't know why you didn't go for a corner. All these corners that went in the second round too, and y'all were set up for that. Like, I don't understand why you went for the receiver. So, and then with that late of a pick, like, I didn't understand that. Like, that the motive behind that made no sense to me. Coach and Barkley have been talking. Nah, Tomo, and you know what, Tomo? I give you look again. I like the pick. I don't know. It felt so cowboyish. It felt so boring. It felt so well. You know, we got what we need. We needed to meet up front, and we got the guy we got that we think can do the job. I didn't want that from the Cowboys. I needed something splashier this year. Like, Jesus, you trying to get rid of Dak? Make some more excitement before that happens. You know what I mean? Before Trey Lance come in, before the trade day payday, come on. You had every opportunity to make a splashy pick. You know what's funny? The Cowboys were actually in line to make the best steal in this year's draft, and they didn't bite. Like, I don't get it. They had every opportunity. I don't understand. Returning punt. Yeah, bro, 6th, 7th round, bro. If you're a receiver or a corner and you get picked in the 6th, 7th round, buddy, you know you're going to special teams, right? That's obvious. Anything past the 5th round, you're on special teams. You might not even be returning. You might be blocking. It depends on what you do at training camp, buddy. We got a corner in the 2nd, and he's a press corner too, but I would definitely shock if you drafted a wide receiver first. Okay, and I like that explanation. And again, that's why I said I'm not going to harp to them. Let's see what else they did, but I just didn't like that pick. Hell, you could have gave that pick up and got 2 corners in the 2nd round, to be honest with you. Like, I don't understand what these general managers did this year. They played so weak. Did Howie scare everybody? I don't understand. Did he make so many moves last year that everybody got scared this year? Like, I don't get it. Like, geez, Louise. Nobody had the balls to do anything in the draft this year. That first round was really boring. I'm sorry. If I didn't say that to start the show, I apologize. How do I come out with a whole soliloquy about the experience of the first round, how exciting the first round should be? That's the most boring and very predictable first round I've ever seen. Nobody did anything outside the Bills moving out. Cowboys, you had every opportunity to stack. 49ers, you had every opportunity to stack, definitely in the 2nd round. And it was just the baseless pick they chose. Like, that's what that really? Really? Like, the Bills move out and look at their pick with their first pick. Like, ooh, I like this. That's what y'all got? Really? Like, all right. It wasn't exciting. I didn't see boring and predictable. We knew who the first 5 picks were pretty much. What was unpredictable about that? Okay, everybody else pretty much drafted at the position they should have drafted at. So what was exciting about that? Nobody made a steal in the draft. Nobody outside of Bills moving out made any moves to move up or down. It's kind of like, why did it take 3 hours if y'all knew exactly what y'all were going to do? Like, that's kind of the feeling I got from it. You know what I mean? It didn't excite me like other drafts have. Like, I wasn't surprised, to be quite honest with you. It was what it was. Like it was, everybody did what they were supposed to do. You want me to say it again? And exactly, Teddy. The Chargers were a basic pick. Like, I get it. They need to protect Herbert. I get it, right? But I would have thought they would have went for a wide receiver too. They have no wide receivers. The whole house is gone. Who y'all throwing the ball to? So what is this Coach Whisper gonna come in and do with such a baseless wide receiving core? Like, and you went for offensive tackle. I get it. I do. Trust me, I get it. The Chargers need protection. You could have you could have still got that protection in the second round. You can always get an offensive tackle in the second round. Like, how many years have I said that? By the way, I always tell you, your first 5 picks should never be an offensive lineman. The first 5 picks in the draft, you should never have an offensive lineman. After that, 1 or 2 should go if it's that desperate of a need. It ain't that desperate of a need for y'all because Herbert is mobile. You could have got this dude in the second or third round and got a receiver in the first. Again, it was a very predictable draft. Nobody did anything exciting. All right, what's next? Who we had? Carolina Panthers. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang, y'all had less picks than the Falcons. Ooh. So we know y'all not doing. See, they're not doing anything. Their first pick was the 32nd, which is bad. And they were the worst team in the NFL. Y'all got the last pick. You should have traded that, went to the second round, and just went ham. So they got a receiver for a quarterback that can't see over the line. Okay. Their second pick, they got a running back with no offensive line. Okay, that's great. The third pick, they got a linebacker on a defense that's going to stay on the field pretty much the whole game. So good luck to that. Fourth pick, that was such a waste. They got a tight end. Oh my God, why? Why did you get a tight end? You could have gotten. Why don't you have an offensive lineman? You think your offense is that good? You think your offensive line? He took a lot of hits last year. That quarterback took some hits last year. You think your offensive line is that good? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. 5th round pick, they got a cornerback. 6th round pick, they got a defensive tackle. 7th round pick, they got a linebacker. So it's kind of like they just drew picks out of a hat and said, "Oh, we want." There it is. Yeah. Really? Boring. They didn't. I don't think they. I think the only one I'm gonna give them is the tight end because they do need one in the 4th. They got it in the 4th round. I mean, I could have got that in the 2nd and got the running back in the 4th. And then the thing is, if you're gonna get the running back in the 2nd, why didn't you just take him at the 1st pick then? He needs to do more work than the receivers you got. Oh boy. Again, Carolina's a mess, so it's just that's what this draft. When I look at this draft board, it looks like a mess to me because that's their team right now. Their team is a mess, and it's like they're just plugging away right now. They only had 7 picks. Again, they didn't really make any moves. That's boring. They didn't. Oh God, a cornerback at 5'9", he's gonna get dusted. You got a cornerback at 5'9" that weigh 184 pounds, and you're going up against, I don't know, the likes of Mike Williams, who's freaking tall. You know. Let's not forget about all the other tall receivers that are in the NFC alone. But he's 5'9" and 184 pounds. He'll do great. In the 5th round, bro. Okay. I'm not a general manager. I just watch the sport, I guess. So, let me not act like I know how to do somebody else's job. I only see what I see. So the Bears had even the lower picks. Oh, that draft, that was an F for the Panthers. 2 Fs on the board. All right, Chicago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks only. First pick is a quarterback. Second pick in the 1st round was a receiver. Their 3rd pick in the 3rd round was an offensive tackle. Perfect. Beautiful. Why not? Protect your quarterback. You got him in the 3rd round. You even got him early. You got him with the 11th pick in the 3rd round. I love that. The 4th round, you got a punter. What? You wasted a pick on a punter. You have that hard of a time finding a punter that you had to draft one with the 4th pick of the ones you really don't have, and then you went and got a 5th round. That punter better be money, bro. That punter better be money. I just see you don't have enough picks. You got 3 good picks that you started with. I don't care for your 4th pick, and you got an edge in the 5th. He's gonna come in on 3rd downs basically. So I give it a C. I'll give you a C. Hey, yeah, your first 3 picks were great, so I'll give you a C. You only had 5. I just didn't like your 4th round pick. Yeah, punter. And that punter might be. I don't really know why. I don't even know why we draft punters. To be quite honest with you. I don't. Give me one out of free agency. It's a punt, bro. I didn't know that part of the job was that hard. All right, who's next on our board? The Bengals. All right, so Bengals had a lot. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they had 10 picks. And with their first pick, they got an offensive tackle, which was beautiful, protect the quarterback. Their second pick, they got a defensive tackle that's run up the middle. Their third pick, they got a wide receiver. I like that. I like it. They got a guy from Alabama. That means he is they more receiver depth, basically. You still got Higgins, you still got Jamar Chase, so you just add more receiver depth. 3rd round pick, they got another defensive tackle. They must not have that many. And their 4th round pick, they got a tight end. Excuse me. 5th round pick, they got a corner. They got 2 tight ends. What? Are y'all that depleted in your roster? 6th round pick, they got another edge. 7th round pick, they got a safety. And the 7th round pick, and then their last pick, they got a center. Ay, caramba, this is a C-. A lot of picks, and a lot of too many of one position. Like you got 2 defensive tackles. You got 2 tight ends. Why? Like y'all ain't doing that. Y'all ain't doing it in free agency, I guess. But I C- for the Bengals. All right, Cleveland Browns, who did not have a 1st round pick as well. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. First pick was in the 2nd round, and it was a defensive tackle. Okay. Trying to think of the Browns in their line. I thought the Browns line was pretty decent. No, they could use some help in the middle. You're right. They can use help in the middle. Their edges are fine. It's the middle that needs to work. They got a guard with their 3rd pick. Yeah, we got to get them lanes open, bro. We got to get some more lanes open. So I like that pick. 5th round pick, they got a wide receiver. I like it. That's all they had. They didn't move up. Again, it's not like they traded to move up to get somebody higher. So again, a very predictable and kind of boring draft. Nobody really moved around. They stayed where they were and they just took what was there. 6th round linebacker. Yeah. 7th round, they got a corner, and the 7th round, they got a defensive tackle. I'm going to give the Browns and their 6 picks, I give them a B-. I like it. C+, B-. I argue C+. But a B-. I do like each pick at each level. So I don't have a problem with any of their picks. So I give the Browns a B-. All right, Dallas, you're up. All right, so Dallas has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. They got an offensive tackle with the 1st round. They got an edge with the 2nd round. The 3rd round, they got a guard. 4th round, they got a linebacker. 5th round, they got a corner. That's my problem. You went and got the receiver. You know you needed one. Why did you wait for the 6th round when you damn sure could have took it in the 1st, or you could have traded away that 1st? You could have double backed and got one in the 2nd round with that edge rusher in the 2nd round. But you waited to the 6th round to get a wide receiver, returning punts, returning kicks. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's what you need as a returner? No. You could have got somebody out of free agency for that. You could have got, oh my goodness, you could have found that in training camp. You went and drafted a receiver in the 6th round knowing you needed one. Kick returner. 7th round, you got an offensive tackle again. So you got 2 offensive tackles. I'm okay with that. You got a defensive tackle. So you got 1 defensive tackle, 1 edge, 1 linebacker, 1 corner. So you plugged up the holes very well, Cowboys. I admire that. I like that. But I don't like what you did with that receiver. I don't like that. Like you don't have that many. And this would have been a great opportunity for the steal one within the first. You had 2 picks in the 3rd round. You could have did that one with. You could have gave up that. I mean, I wouldn't have given up that guard. I wouldn't have given a linebacker, to be honest with you. I would have given up that corner in the 5th round and flipped up and got that. No, let me take that back. I would have got that receiver with the first pick, and I would have gotten that offensive tackle in the 6th round. I would have got the receiver over the offensive tackle. That's what I would have done. I wouldn't have done it over the edge. The edge is fine. The guard is fine because of where you drafted them. It's always about where you draft pieces. I do not like the 6th round pick at wide receiver. I don't like that because you really need a punt returner right now, a kickoff returner right now. There's so many. You already have that, if I'm not mistaken. So this receiver could have came so much earlier. Is my point. But other than that, I have to be honest with you. The draft wasn't for the Cowboys predictable, but wasn't too bad outside of the other pick that I don't like. So I will give them. I give them a B-. I just would have made 1 flop. That's it. No, I'll give them a B, actually, because their other picks were in mid-rounds. They weren't too bad off. No, they got a lot late. Yeah, pick 40th, 13th, 24th, 29th. I really like that guard in the 3rd round, though. That one was really good. I give him a B. I give Cowboys a B. I give him a B. They didn't double up. They filled up holes. They filled up gaps. They plugged in. They did their homework. I just don't like the late offensive tackle pick in the 1st round because you could have got rid of that pick and did more damage with 2 picks in the 2nd round. And I don't like the fact that you waited till 6th round to get a receiver. But I'll give you a B, Cowboys. I'm a B. I have to be fair, and this was a B version. This was a B draft. It wasn't bad at all. But remember, my likes and dislikes have nothing to do with the right grade. If you just a crappy drafter like the Falcons, that's what gets you an F. And if you just have nowhere to go like the Panthers, that can get you an F too because you just all over the place. Like you have no direction. All right, Denver Broncos are up next. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. They got Bo Nix with the 1st, 3rd round, and their next pick went into the 3rd round, which they got an edge. Okay. Then they got a receiver with the 4th. Okay. 5th round, they got a corner. 5th round, they got a running back. 7th round, they got a receiver. He's returning punts. 7th round, they got a center. I'll give you a C. Not bad draft. Not great. It's a C. Detroit. All right. So Detroit has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. That's it. 1st round, they got a corner, which they desperately needed. 2nd round, they got a corner, which they desperately needed. Good job. 4th round, they got an offensive tackle, which they need. Protect Goff if he's going to continue going forward. Great job. 4th round, they got another running back because he's going to play. Now they got 3. Great job. Round 6, they got a defensive tackle. It's late. He might be a little weak. He's going to come in on 3rd downs. But if they can make him into something that's helpful, so nobody's converting on 3rd down, it works. You know what I mean? It's just a 6th round defensive tackle. It's not much you can expect unless he just blows up. You know what I mean? And then a 6th round guard. Same thing. So I'm going to give, with the 6 picks that they have, I'll give them a B+. I wish they had a couple more picks so they can make a little bit more splashier moves. They didn't have much to move with, but I do love the first 2 cornerback picks. So that was great. So yeah, I give them a B+. Green Bay. All right, they had a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 11 picks. Good job. Their first round, they got an offensive lineman, which I loved. Second pick, they got a linebacker. Beautiful. Third pick, which is in the second round as well, they got a safety. That's a steal. They got a safety with their third pick. They had 2 picks in the second round. That is a beautiful steal for them. Third round, they got a running back. Beautiful. Third round, they got a linebacker. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their first 5 picks? Nah, 6. Damn that, because they got another safety in the fourth. So here are the Packers offensive lineman, linebacker, safety, running back, linebacker, safety. Woo! The Packers is coming. LaFleur said, I'm doing this team my way. Oh, I like it. Fourth round safety. Fifth round, they got a center. Okay. Sixth round or fifth round again, they got another safety. I go heavy on the safeties. Damn. They just stole all the safeties. Sixth round offensive tackle. Okay, so they got 2 offensive tackles. They got an offensive line, offensive tackle. Seventh round, they got a quarterback. Perfect. Seventh round, they got another corner. So because they're good at linebacker, but they added one. They're definitely good on the defensive front, on the defensive line. So they just went fully loaded on that secondary, man. Golly. I think they went a little heavy at safety, and they could have plugged in other places. I'm going to be quite honest with that. They got 1, 2, 3. They got 3 safeties. And a corner. That's a little heavy on the secondary. So they overflooded, I believe, in one side. So I'll give them a nice solid B. But I really do love. I don't know why they went so. I don't get me wrong. They need secondary. Geez, they went heavy. I like a lot of their picks. So I like especially their linebackers. Like their first 5, 6 picks were great, but then it got a little bit repetitive. So I'll give them a solid B. It was getting exciting and it kind of doing like, damn, I got too many doggone secondary. Jeez, slow down. All right, Texans, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. That's good. All right. So they started off in the second round. They got a corner, beautiful. Offensive tackle, beautiful, with their second pick in the second round. Third round, as the third pick, they got a safety. Good job. Fourth round, they got a tight end. I like that. I like the fourth round tight end. He might be a pass catcher. Sixth round, they got a linebacker. Sixth round, they got a running back. Okay. Seventh round, they got an edge. A little late on the edge. I may have sacrificed the offensive tackle. No, I need him early. Got to protect your quarterback. Nope. The edge got to get taken there. So sorry, you're just gonna be a plug-in. I mean, don't get me wrong, they got edge rushers, but seventh round edge rushers, they're usually just they come in on a nickel position or they come in for goal line purposes. So unless he's flashy, he can make some damage happen early. In his career, he's just basically a plug-in guy. They got a defensive tackle with the seventh round, and then they got a guard again with their last pick, or not again. They got a guard with their last pick. I'm going to give the Texans a B+. I like their draft. They got a B+ draft. All right, the Colts. All right, before we get to the Colts, let's check the comments real quick. The Panthers should have had 8, but the trade with the Bears is what resulted in. Yeah, that's true. They don't. They got Turpin for returns. Oh, so that's why. I mean, again, if they got the receiver, it's like I know why they got him there. It's just like why? Like I would prefer. You can find a return guy. I'm sorry, you can find a return guy. I'm not drafting somebody to return punts and kicks for me. I'm just not doing that. I can find that anywhere. That's why I just feel it was a waste of a pick. But I mean, I'm still giving them a solid B. All right, let's go back. Almost done here. So the Colts had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. All right, they got an edge with the first. They got a receiver. They got an offensive tackle. They got a center with the 4th pick. They got a receiver. They got a safety. They got a safety, corner, and defensive tackle. Solid B. I like it. They filled in a lot of needs. They got 2 receivers out of this draft, so that's really good for them for the young receiver, young quarterback. And I like the fact that they were able 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with their first 5 picks. They were able to sneak in 2 offensive linemen with 2 receivers, and then with their first 6 picks, they were able to sneak in a safety and an edge rusher. So kudos on a B+ draft for the Indianapolis Colts. All right, Jacksonville. Nope. What am I doing? There we go. No, wrong button. All right. So Jacksonville had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. That's good. They got a receiver with the first. Second is a defensive tackle. Good job. 3rd round is a corner. 4th round was an offensive tackle. Good job. 4th round was a defensive tackle. Good job. No. Because they got a defensive end with their 7th pick, and they should have got a defensive end with that 4th. 5th round, they got a corner, which is good. 5th round, they got a running back. Good. 6th round, they got a kicker. That's fine. I get it. I mean, you're going to draft the kicker, but they had enough picks to draft the kicker. So outside of the defensive end that should have possibly went in the 4th round, because I like the pick of the defensive tackle in the 2nd. That's the only thing I didn't like. So other than that, I'm going to give the Jacksonville Jaguars, I give them a B+ draft. They did pretty well. Kansas City. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. So first one, it was a receiver, Xavier Worthy. 2nd round, they got an offensive tackle. Good job, protect the quarterback. 4th round, they got a tight end. They did not have a 3rd round pick. Another 1st round pick, they got a defensive back. 5th round pick, they got an offensive line. Okay. 6th round pick, they got a defensive back. And the 7th round, they got offensive line. So knowing they don't really have any receivers, they only got one. One can't stay out of the news. I'm going to give the C- to the Kansas City Chiefs draft. Wasn't that? Didn't like it. Yep, I thought about it. Don't like it. Mm-mm. All right, Raiders. Let's see. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. Tight end with the 1st. 2nd round, they got a guard. 3rd round, they got an offensive tackle. 4th round, they got a cornerback. 5th round, they got a linebacker. Let's see. 6th round, they got a running back. 7th round, they got a safety. And then the 7th round, they got a cornerback. I started the tight end in the 1st, but they could have used some receivers too, though. But they do need the offensive help online. So the tight end, the guard, and the offensive, that's what they went in the first 3 picks. I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing because that could actually be one whole, maybe not one whole side, but 2 on one on the other. I see what they're doing. They got to rebuild that offensive line. They started with tight end, they went guard, and they went offensive tackle. Because after that, it's corner, linebacker, running back, safety, corner. So they know they need help in the secondary. They got that with the 4th round. Their linebackers are okay, but they did pick up one in the 5th. But honestly, because they went first, they went offensive line on their first 3 picks. I like what they're doing because I see what they're doing. And they're going with Aiden O'Connell, so they're protecting Aiden O'Connell. So I'm going to give the Raiders draft a C+. It wasn't splashy. It was direct. It wasn't a mistake. Like it wasn't like they did anything wrong. I see what pattern they're going in. So it was a C+ draft. Oh, here we go. Chargers. Let's see what they did. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. Not bad. They got an offensive tackle with their first pick. They got a receiver with the second pick. That's good. They got a Georgia boy too, so he's gonna be physical actually. They got a third round linebacker. They desperately need linebackers in Los Angeles. That linebacker core that everybody kept trying to tell me was so good has been so weak for since Herbert's been the quarterback. So okay, they went and got a linebacker in the third round. Okay, they got a defensive tackle with the fourth pick. Okay, I can dig it in the fourth round. They got a cornerback with the fifth pick. They do need a secondary. And they had to go by order of what they needed. So I'm seeing that in this diagram here. They got a corner with the fifth pick. So they got two corners. They got one with the second and the one with the fifth pick. And both of those were in the fifth round. So I do like that. Hopefully both of them are just going to be able to play as physical to help this defense. But I do like that they got two corners in the fifth round. They got a running back in the sixth round. It's not bad, a little late. I may have had to sacrifice that defensive tackle in the fourth round to get a running back that early. But we'll see. They got and then they got two receivers, both in the seventh round. I know one of them is returning, and the other one may play. I don't know, two seventh round receivers. I mean, it's you can almost say they could play both ways. They could both play because if you look at the Chargers draft order, it's by need. It really is. And the fact that they got their receiver in the second round, I love that. So they can get somebody in on the field very early. And they got linebacker help and they got help in the middle so they can stop the run. So the fact that they got what they needed to get this team back afloat, C+. C+ drive. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The Rams. So they did splash us with the first pick and got an edge rusher. They went defense again in the second round and got a tackle. Third round, they got a running back. Good. Get a compliment for Kyron Williams. I like that. Third round, another third round pick. They got a safety. So all them safeties got stole. Those safeties, no wonder can't nobody find a safety. They were stolen in the second and third round. They just got scooped up because somebody got three of them. Goodness gracious. Fifth round, they got an edge rusher. I like it. Sixth round, defensive tackle. I like defensive tackles in the sixth round, to be quite honest with you. If I can't get one early in the second, I'll grab one in the sixth. Kicker in the sixth round, and then they got a receiver in the sixth round, center in the sixth round, and a guard in the seventh round. So they got 4 sixth-round picks. I promise you, 2 of those are going to be really good. It could be the receiver, and it could be the kicker, or it could be the center and the defensive tackle. It could be any other 2, to be honest with you. But the fact that they got 4 picks in the sixth round, I like that strategic move by LA. I like the Rams move like that. So, nothing too splashy. I don't see nothing great. They kind of, it looked like they followed their draft board and got what they need to fill in some good holes. B-. I give them a B-. Because especially if this team stays within second place of the division. All right, Miami Dolphins. Let's see how you guys did. So you only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. That's all you had. You had enough. 7 is my lucky number. So let's see how good you did. You got an edge at the first. Second round, you got an offensive tackle. Protect Tua. Fourth round, you got a running back. I like it. Fifth round, you got an edge. Okay. So and they're filling in. They lost 7 players on defense. So, I get it. But I don't get the 6th round receiver, especially if you got Odell Beckham and you got all these other receivers there. 6th round safety. See, that's where I would have got I would have got the 6th round safety first, and then I would have gotten another edge or defensive tackle with the other 6th round pick. I wouldn't have gotten a safety. No, I wouldn't have gotten a safety with this. Not that late. Not that late. And then you got a receiver. Why y'all got 2 receivers in this draft? All the receivers you already have. You're going to Miami a D. I don't like their draft. I give it a D. They're not revamping anything. They're not changing anything. It's just like they're adding pieces, but they're not adding. I don't think they're adding properly. Oh, I don't like what they did. All right, Minnesota. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. Quarterback with the first. They got 2 first-round picks, and you got a quarterback and an edge rusher, so I did like that. 4th-round pick, you got a corner. Good job. 6th-round pick, you got an offensive tackle. Good job. 6th-round pick, you got a kicker if you needed it. 7th-round pick, you got a center. And 7th-round pick, you got a defensive tackle. C. I give it a C average. This is a C average draft. New England. Waiting on this one. Let's see how you guys did. What did I do? Okay, here we go. Patriots had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. Drake May was number 1. Number 2, they got a receiver. Good job. Number 3, they got an offensive tackle. Good job. Number 4, they got a guard. Good job. Number 5, which is still in the 4th round, they got another receiver, which they need receivers because that team doesn't have any. 6th round, they got a corner. 6th round, they got a quarterback. So they got 2 quarterbacks in this draft. Somebody's competing. And 7th round, they got a tight end. All in all, they didn't really get – their defense is good, so they really have to get much on defense. They focused on the offense. They got their young quarterback some protection with that guard and the tackle. I'll give the Patriots a C+. Nothing too crazy. I really don't like the Drake May pick too. That might be what I'm holding on to. So hopefully he shows me something. But we'll see. But C+ draft. New Orleans Saints. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. You got an offensive tackle with your first. You got a corner with your second. You got a quarterback with your 5th round pick, which is your 3rd pick. You got a receiver with your 5th round pick. But you need receivers now. Why would you waste? Okay. You got a linebacker. You need linebackers now. Why would you not get a linebacker with your 5th round? Boy. Yeah, I mean, you had 3 5th round picks, so I guess. Their draft was ugly because they only had 1 first rounder, 1 second round, and then they didn't pick again to the 5th 3 times. Then they had a 6th round pick where they got a defensive tackle, and then they had a 7th round pick where they got an offensive tackle. D+ draft for the Saints. Yeah, D+. Almost there. But nope. Couldn't get that C. You failed. There's no pass, right? D is a pass, right? Who is this? The Giants had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 picks to match their first round pick, which was number 6. So they got a receiver, then they got a safety in round 2. Round 3, they got a corner. Round 4, they got a tight end. Round 5, they got a running back. You just traded Saquon Barkley away, got rid of Saquon Barkley. And you waited to the 5th round to get a running back? And then you got a linebacker in the 6th round. So you got receiver, safety, corner, tight end, running back, linebacker. No protection from Daniel Jones whatsoever. I mean, the line is fine, I guess. I don't like this pick. I don't like any of these picks. Except for the receiver in the 1st round. I don't like the safety in the 2nd. You could have got a running back in the 2nd. You got that safety in the 3rd. Could have got a cornerback in the 4th. D for the Giants. Don't like their draft at all. All right, Jets. Give you guys a draft grade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. Offensive tackle with your first one. Third round pick, receiver, Malachi Corley. So I watched some highlights on him. I like his hands. They're big. They're physical. He goes for the ball. He doesn't get separation. That's my only issue with him. So hopefully he's a third round guy. So, he's going to be a slot receiver most likely. So hopefully it just, they work with him well and they can get him open for Rodgers. Other than that, I like it. They got a running back with the 4th pick. They got a quarterback with the 5th pick, with their 5th round pick. They got a running back they got 2 running backs in this draft. Not sure why. They got a cornerback in the 5th round. They got a safety in the 7th. I'm going to give. They got 2 good picks that I like here. Maybe 3. I'm gonna give them a B-, maybe a D+ for the Jets. C-, D+. Eagles. You guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. No 7th round picks. Okay. 3 5th round picks, which is really good. So let's see how you did. You got a corner and a corner with your first 2 picks. Beautiful. You needed that desperately, and that's exactly what you got. So now I see why you stayed in the 1st round, because your 2nd round pick was pick 8. Round 3, you got an edge. Beautiful. Y'all stay getting some good edges, boy. Round 4, you got a running back, which is beautiful, to complement Saquon Barkley, of course. Round 5, you got a receiver. You don't need it, but what you did was you're giving rest to the receivers you have by adding depth. You're adding depth at the right round, because their defense is stout. Their offensive line is stout. They're just gathering players now. So they had an outstanding draft last year that's really translating over into this year. So they're just plugging in holes. 5th round, linebacker, beautiful. 5th round, guard, beautiful. 6th round, another wide receiver. I like it. A hole plugger. And now they got a returner. And then for the 6th round, how did they end it? They got a center. So I'm giving the Philadelphia Eagles draft grade, ding, 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 A-. They always have, they're killing it right now. Howie is a worker of the people. He knows how to move bodies, bro. He knows how to move these picks. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to what he wants translates on the field. That's why you get a high draft grade. He has yet to show me why he should not. I'm not talking about Super Bowl rings. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what these picks happen to do when they happen to hit the field. His turned out really great. All right, so next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks in their draft. Now, mind you, in the offseason, they got 2 quarterbacks. They got 2 quarterbacks with a buttload of no money, because neither one of them are getting paid. One is, but from a whole other team. So that's always a great thing for you when you can pick up a quarterback who's getting paid from somebody else. It's always a steal when you can do that. So they got 2 quarterbacks for the steal of nothing. So with their first pick, what they decided to do was protect one of the 2 picks. And then with the 2nd pick, they decided to do another protection with the 7th. They got a receiver in the 3rd round. I like that. They have quite a few receivers, and Pittsburgh knows how to get receivers. They know how to build receivers. So a receiver in the 3rd round for Pittsburgh Steelers is always going to be a steal. But in that 3rd round, they stole a linebacker. I love that. 4th round, they got a guard. Yeah, okay, I like it. They need protection on the line as well. They got to open up some running lanes. So I do like that pick as well. 6th round, they got a defensive tackle. What do I say? Get a defensive tackle and say you can get them boys late. Don't have to, unless you get them in the 2nd round. I'll wait to the 6th to get a defensive tackle. And then they got a cornerback with the 6th round. All right. I'm going to give Pittsburgh's draft a B+. It was good. I like it. I like everything about it. I like every pick that they picked at the spot that they got. None of them are, you should have did this, you should have did that. So I give them a B+. It wasn't an A splashy draft. It was a B+ that could fight for an A-. 49ers. I've been waiting to get to y'all because you guys made that first round pick, and I need to see what you guys did after that. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. First pick was wide receiver. I don't like who it is, and at the position, and at the draft spot. I don't like none of it. Second pick, you got a corner, which is desperately what you needed. Third pick, you got a guard. I mean, I feel like McCaffrey runs fine with the running lanes that you have. Not sure why you got a guard at that. I would have got another corner. Round 4, you got a safety. Round 4, you got a running back. I would have got that running back in round 3 instead of the guard. I would have got that running back in round 1 instead of that receiver, or I don't know. I like the running back in the 4th round. I know you get after you get running back. And that's not what I'm saying. Them in particular, I would have gotten the running back in a different spot. They got a receiver also in the 4th round. Why are you guys adding so much receiving depth? And you need defense. Like you need corners. You need a safety. They got another guard. So you got 2 guards. And then they got a linebacker. Dave, you ain't gonna like me, bro. You're not gonna like me, bro. I hope you have a defense for every single one of these picks. But right now, I'm gonna have to give this a D-. I'm gonna have to give San Francisco a D-. I don't like the move they made in the draft. They don't need any receivers. They need corners. They need safety. They need. I don't mind them beefing the line, but 2 guards? Like you don't need anything else. You just need 2 guards. Like I don't know. I think they could have shuffled so many other pieces and collected so many other bodies more in rounds rather than the stagnant moves they made just for these picks. It's like these moves don't say nothing to me. That's me. Things need to translate on the field and they can shut my mouth up real quick. But right now, I do not like this. I don't like the draft. I didn't like it. I don't know. I didn't like it. I have to give it a D plus. A D plus. Seattle. Let's see. Seattle has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. See, with 8 picks, they got a defensive tackle with the first. They got a guard with the second and the 3rd round. They got a 4th round linebacker. I like the defensive tackle with the first pick. The guard with the second pick, I would have went linebacker with that pick or corner because they went with a corner in the 5th. Why wouldn't you get a corner in the 3rd round? You would have got a better quality corner in the 3rd and waiting to the 5th. And that guard could have waited to the 5th because you got one in the 6th. So you got 3 offensive linemen in this draft. I mean, don't get me wrong, you need them. But I wouldn't have taken that guard in the 2nd. Guards, I don't think you need a guard that high. Tight end with the 4th. Unless you go throw the ball to him, why would you get a tight end that high? You could have got the corner there. Because you got 2 corners. You could have kept that one in the 5th, and you could have got the 6th round corner. You could have got him in the 2nd, or in the 3rd round instead of that guard. Or you could have got him in the 4th round instead of the tight end. And then your 6th pick, the other 6th pick was the offensive tackle. I'm going to have to give Seattle a grade of a D. I don't like this one. I'm a hard grader. I'm sorry. All right, Tampa Bay. Let's see what you did. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. You got a guard. You got a center with your first one. I was okay with that one. You got an edge with your 2nd. That's beautiful. 3rd pick, you got a safety. Definitely, because you have to replace what just left, if I'm not mistaken. 4th round, 3rd round, you got another receiver. I like that. Getting the young guy to come in because your other receivers are at that peak. So now this is where you got him in the 3rd round. You didn't have to get him in the 4th because you had 2 3rd round picks. So I do like that. You got a 4th round running back. I'm okay with that. To complement White right now. You got a 6th-round guard, beautiful, and you got a 7th-round tight end. Draft-wise, I can give Tampa Bay an A-. I give them. I like the draft. I like the pieces that they got, the rounds that they got them in, the holes that they also plugged to get the pieces. So I Tampa Bay gets an A-, B+ if you want to argue, but I give them an A-. All right, Tennessee. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. You have a 1st-round offensive tackle. You have a 2nd-round defensive tackle. Good job. A 4th-round linebacker. 5th-round corner. 6th-round receiver. Tennessee, you ain't got not one person to throw the ball to. Why would you wait for the 6th round to get a receiver? And you, oh no, you got Hopkins. I'm sorry. Let me retract. I'm sorry. There's receivers there. I'm sorry. I think he has 2. I'm sorry. Let me stop. You're good. You're good, Tennessee. You're good. I had to stop for a second. Safety with the 7th round. So you're going to be returning punts, Jaquan Jackson. And then they got an edge rusher in the 7th round. Okay. B- for the Tennessee Titans. Not bad. I give them a B-. Not a bad draft. And last but not least, the Washington Commanders, who have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. All right, so 9 picks in this draft. They got a quarterback, obviously, with the 1st pick. They got a defensive tackle with the 2nd pick. I do like that a lot. They got a 2nd-round pick. They got a corner. I like that a lot as well. So they went 2 defensive players with their 2nd round, 2 with their first 2 2nd-round picks. They had 3 2nd-round picks, and they got a tight end with that one. That's fine. They keep trying to depend on the ones they got. They can't stay healthy. You don't want to come on the field. So I understand the need with a rookie quarterback to draft a tight end in the 2nd round. I fully understand that need because of what the Commanders do with the tight end. Okay, so and then the fact that they got a guard in the 3rd round, because it wasn't like they got the tight end with the 1st pick in the 2nd round. That was their 4th pick. They just had 3 they had 3 2nd-round picks, and they used the 3rd one on the tight end. I like that. That was really smart. So all in all, he's their 4th pick in the draft. Their 3rd round pick, which they had 2 of, they got a guard and a receiver. I'm okay with both of those. The 5th round pick, they got a linebacker. So maybe the guard and the linebacker could have switched. They desperately need a linebacker more. They got another safety in the 5th round, and then their 7th round pick, they got an edge. I will give the Washington Commanders, I'll give them a B. I'll give them a solid draft grade of a B. I think everything they did collectively, they plugged in the right holes. They weren't chasing anything. They got what they needed. The only switch I would have made, obviously, like I said, would have been the linebacker in the 5th and the 3rd round guard. Those 2 I would have flipped. But if it's the fact that they do need line protection, I do understand the need of grabbing a guard early to open up those lanes again for the running. That's what they're for. So hopefully it all, excuse me, need some more ball. Okay, so hopefully all of this just translates on the field. All right, so let's get back to you guys. See what we got. B to B+ for the Pats. What did I give them again, Teddy? I gave them that grade because they drafted the positions of need. They did. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. Exactly. I don't have, and again, I actually have nothing against Drake May. I want everybody to understand. I personally have nothing against Drake May. I think he's actually a really good quarterback. I don't like him for the Patriots. I don't think now, the Patriots may be trying to change their identity. Maybe that's what they want to. I just don't think a gunslinger is the Patriot way. This isn't. I'm not using it in that context, but like, they are a methodical team. You know what I mean? You gave the Pats a C+. Okay, so me C+ in them, and you giving them a B+. I'm not gonna go as high as a B+. I can go with a B. I could go from a C plus to a B. That's why I gave them the C plus. Because if anybody can find a way, and as you, Teddy, we have our love for the Patriots. Draft, because again, they did address every offensive need, so I can bump their grade up to a B plus. So yeah, I mean not a B plus. I'm a B minus to a B. I won't go up as high as a B plus. But I do agree they did draft position by need, and they weren't able to steal anything. That's the key. All of their drafts were all by need. Nothing was a steal. They addressed everything that was needed to be addressed. It's a B. When you can do that and steal, like the Eagles, or like this year, like the Cardinals did, that's where I give you an A at. If you just fall flat on your face, like the doggone Falcons, you get an F. That's all I can give you. But yeah, Drake May personally, to me, should have went to the Cowboy. He should have went to the Broncos, or maybe even Minnesota. My personal opinion. Even if he would have got drafted at 3, Minnesota move up to 3 to take him. You see what I'm saying? Patriots fall back to take McCarthy, but neither here nor there. Hopefully it all works out. That's the biggest thing, right? We all say what we want to say, but everything is pen and paper until those pads come on and until that whistle blows. So we really don't know nothing until that ball gets thrown in the air and we see that first catch, that first drop, that first fumble, or that first touchdown. So hey, I appreciate everybody that stayed on with me for this show, 2-hour show. Not bad. It's just we're going over the draft, recapping everything over the draft and my dislikes and likes, and my position or my team grade. So I really do hope you all enjoyed that. Stay tuned for, I believe, next week. We are going to talk the same first round players only, but for every team. So if your first round wasn't until the second, we have to talk about that player that you drafted. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody had a pick in the first round. So if whoever your first pick was, that's who we're going to talk about next week. And then with that, it's what do they have? What are they bringing to the table as it pertains to fantasy football? And yes, if your first pick was an offensive tackle, offensive lineman, a guard, again, what does that mean as it translates into the fantasy world? Okay, so let's see what we got, Teddy, before I go. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. So yeah, you guys stay tuned for next week. That's what we got for you. I appreciate it for everybody that tuned in. Coach is out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.